Talk. Today we're going to be talking about 5 luxury brands, e-commerce brands actually, that have really just been killing it lately, even in the midst of a pandemic. And we have Hallie with us today. Hey, Hallie.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, excited to have you. And so, yeah, tell us a little bit about these e-commerce brands. What kind of products are they selling?
So we have different average order values, but basically they are spanning across different clothing and luxury goods, basically things that you don't need right now, but people are still buying at a pretty awesome rate and awesome return on ROAS. So return on ad spend. So the biggest thing I think that I would hope if you're watching this, you take away is that there is no hack or trick when it comes to generating the sales volume and the revenue that you're looking to, especially if you're trying to hit that 7-figure run rate. So basically you're trying to make like 80K to 100K a month so that you are on track for being a $1 million brand over the next 12 months. And the coolest thing about this is that you'll see the back end that we have like all these different accounts and they have so many different ways of doing it. So I think that's the coolest thing, especially since all of our growth specialists here do ads like slightly differently, but you can see that they all get awesome results. So let me share the back end and let me show you what it looks like. So we have here this particular brand, and I've taken the data for everybody from the 1st of January to yesterday. And you can see they're at like a 3.92 times return on ad spend, and they hit 1.1 million. So that was from Facebook alone. A lot of this data doesn't show that these clients are actually multi-channel. So they actually have generated more revenue from their paid traffic system than just what's on Facebook. But you can see here too that this particular back end, we ran 245 campaigns for them across this time. So that's a lot of testing. And I think that's something that a lot of people miss when they're looking for the hack or the next best trick or tactic or whatever, is that you actually don't have one. You just keep testing and you keep testing different formats and different campaigns, different ads, and different copy. Same thing here, 2.47, and they are at like $950,000 across the same time period. So they are definitely on track for making at least 2 million this year. These folks in particular are at a 433,000-ish purchase conversion value on Facebook alone at 3 times return on ad spend. Again, 190 campaigns to get there in terms of testing. The previous one was at 89 campaigns of testing. This one is making 680,000-ish for purchase values across the same time period. 72 campaigns of testing, so different things that we've tested across those periods, and you can see they have 4 active campaigns. And then we have these folks who are at about $500,000 at 2.16 return on ad spend. And you can see here that we tested 59 campaigns. They're currently just paused for a second because they have to update their billing. But basically we have running, I think, about 10 campaigns still right now. So just to give you context, the idea here is that when we're running our clients' campaigns for them, the thing we're looking for is really not like, what's the ideal like final end goal? It's more, how can we keep iterating and testing to keep improving the results and keep growing their brands if that's what the client wants. So just to give people a real like perspective on this, this is why we start usually as a company with, or agency with, a core method. And then the cool thing about Ember Tribe is that we let the growth specialist keep testing and iterating, because there is no like perfect next step. We just start with the core method and then we keep expanding and evolving and growing outwards with testing. And that's why each account is going to look different on the back end and have different things running. So it's really cool. And I just wanted to share it because a lot of people get stuck on those hacks, and the hacks are like, oh, you just need to have your CBOs, like all your campaigns to CBOs. And that's not true. Your account might not do very well on CBOs. And I've seen that for my own clients, is that what might work really well on one client account might not work on another client account. It's worth testing, but it's not a guaranteed win. So definitely something to consider if you're looking to hire out or if you're running your own ads.
So obviously there was a point in all of those accounts where, you know, it was really starting to take off. You're hitting those KPIs and you're like really starting to scale those budgets up. So is there any particular ones that you can think of that like really got you to that place where it was like, you know, like an ad hit or something, like a creative or copy or some kind of test that you ran? Like is there like a story that you can tell around that?
For this client in particular, what we found is that we tried multiple phases of testing CBOs, and what actually worked better is to consolidate as much as possible. So consolidating your top of funnel CBOs, literally I would have lookalikes and interests on the top of funnel CBO. Having cost caps worked really well for them sometimes. So that's another one to think about, is what is your conversion rate? Like some clients do better with value-based CBO. So trying to get the best value for your money versus trying to get a minimum ROAS, or trying to get the lowest cost or highest value, which is the default usually, or doing a cost cap. So for them, cost caps actually did help a lot. Basically just not taking anything as truth until we've proven it with testing. And so I think that's the biggest mindset shift that a lot of people need to understand, is we can go in and we can go in with like the best possible tests because we work on this all day, every day. But at the end of the day, your account is different because your average order value is different, your demographic, like your target demographics are different, your branding's different, and your funnel might be different.